I'm repairing a module here, and I wanted to show you some switches, and then I'll talk a little bit about switches. So I have a little bit of buzz, but then I have there's a switch, and can you see it switching in and switching out on the bottom? Kind of flickers there. So here's a switch kind of halfway pushed in, all the way pushed in after the click up. So there's a mechanical click, click, click. And what you end up with sometimes are things like this. Okay, let's see if I can. This is more. I prepared this sample earlier. So let's go back in time as that switch gets pushed. So this is called bounce. And these switches bounce. Okay, right? Gets kind of pushed. This is the EQ coming in. So I chose to put the EQ in because there's going to be a phase shift. So when you push the EQ in, there's going to be this phase shift that happens. It's all because of the mechanical switches. You see it's switching in between phases. It sounds annoying, but you let the switch settle, and here I'm just gonna run it again, and like it's what goes in comes out, and that's it. That's all. That's how it should be. And why does it do that? Why and how? And I'll talk a little bit about, there's some politics, there's some feelings, there's emotions attached to it. So I'm not going to talk too much about, how the generations of these things occurred. But the switches, Wardbeck was super dependent on the design. And why the design? Well, you could put, I'm going to shut off my workbench. Okay. So why did that matter? You wanted to put a double row, and they wanted to put a double row of, you had a pot, and then you had a switch, and then you had a double row of switches. So how do you do that? How do you accomplish that? And magic, wizardry. So here, this switch, it was chosen, right? Like it's a big, great feeling switch, like just beautiful feeling switch. Again, this is a different feeling switch, bigger. So they all had different, tensions, and they all had different real estate. And you wanted to bring these things together. You had to do things like you had to build like a little stack of them. And Wardbeck got super good at building these little sandwiches, right? So there, you see it skips a bunch of contacts, and then it just does these back ones. So this is where the audio is going, is these back ones. Same thing here. Well, why did they have to do that? Well, that was in order to get this switch bank to work like here. Well, in this switch bank, well, how does it, like there's a little switching unit that happens in here. Sorry, focus. Let's see. How about I do that? Oh, man. Oh, you see? Oh, boy, this is the kind of zoom I needed. All right, you see there's a little spring right here. Underneath it, there's a little track, like a raceway. So as I push this button, that little spring opens up, and you see, and it pushes, and it pushes, and it goes back. So if I want two buttons at a time, I kind of have to trick it. Oh, it didn't work. Locked me out. Oh, I was pushing the wrong button. I got two buttons at the same time. All buttons in. Can we do all buttons in? I can. Dangerous. Super dangerous. Anyway, very hard to do mechanically, right? But remember, it's like a requirement to be able to do that. This switch feeds this switch, which feeds this switch. You can see the solder from the other side. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's incredible. These are the last generation of the switch. So I believe, before that, they were this, and then before that, they were something else. This is later generations. I don't have much mid-generation stuff anymore. It's away. And they, even before this era, what year is this? This is 84. So they, there was a time in which this happened. So you can kind of date it. I don't know exactly when it was, but here, these ones are smaller pitched. What I usually do, and I don't know if I have it on some of these, but I was here. So here, this had huge plunger, all these contacts, but they're using the back ones. So you put cleaning fluid here, it's got to drip all the way down to the back here, and it's got to escape. So I've even cut this off here, open this up. If you drill this, oh, that's so old, Gungy. Oh. Push it all the way up, and then cut it. I have a pair of pliers. I love, these are my Mastercrafts. Okay, one hand. Let's see if I can do this. Is the faceplate off? No, the faceplate's not off on this one. But it is on this one. Okay, let's see if I can. Let's do this one-handed trick. Okay, so it's been a while. Oh, the trick is don't make it explode. Okay, so this is a little plunger spring thing. Don't drop it. That's the thing that locks it. So here, you see it? Focus. Rides a little ramp, like a captive ramp. Oh, let's see if I can do that. So what I do is I push the spring up, pull this out. Oh. All right. We're going to do it. So this little tab explodes if you manipulate it wrong. Like disintegrates. If it's had too many chemicals put on it over the years, it will disintegrate. All right, this is where I really got to spend my Amazon gift card. Okay, spring. This is usually the thing that's exploding. So I'm taking out this solo button just because it'll go right through the escutcheon. But this one won't. So you got to take the whole faceplate off. Ugh, this is gross. Okay. So I'm going to take and sometimes this is all exploded. Like all this spring is all exploded. But this is what a typical broken one looks like. So this little shoulder is exploded. Oops. Pretty sticky. So this shoulder, you see the spring now goes over top of it. And now this is just going to keep pushing and pushing, and it's just going to get destroyed. Look at all that grease in there. So I'm going to just... give that a little pull up just a little bit. Come on, don't break. Whoa. Okay, not even up. Just a wee little bit. Oh, what's going on here? There's going to be a small, tiny explosion. All right, let's see if can I zoom in more? Oh, yes, I can. Can I pan over inside? No, I can't. All right, watch it come out. If you're careful. Okay, so other trick. My thumb is kind of pushing up against the faceplate here so it doesn't explode. Oh, did you see it? So these little guys pop out. Ooh. I'm going to put them back in just so you can see the springs. So how many moving parts do we have so far? Spring, back thing, 2, 3, 4, spring inside there, spring inside there. There's the other half. All right. So that's what I just pulled out. And it's got these springs. And they are, like I said, tiny. And you can pull them out, you can clean them. My trick is I hold them captive, give them a scrubbity scrub scrub, scrubbity scrub scrub, while they're all captive. Oh, this is a dangerous one. If you need to take one out, whew. This is where Murphy's lost, like Anthony, don't do that. Uh-oh, you see, I did it. Oh, shoot. It's terrible. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. Come on, get. Oh, man. I'm having a heart attack over here. Remember, this is a new one going in. After I clean this, right, I'd drill hole, scrub, scrub, scrub. Watch this little thing go up. And that goes into its home. Little pit. Preload my Canadian Tire push the spring. Oh man, it's like having a heart attack every time you do it, because you're like, don't explode, don't explode. So I've done lots, and like I said, so what I do is I look for these. Check your local radio station. Some engineers save these and it's like, they have really nice switches, and they do. They all do. But this is effectively a garbage module. Like, nobody needs this. This was to do inserts. It's beautiful. Like, it's just super amazing engineered. Actually, you all need one of those. What am I talking about? Again, double stacked. Later on, okay, these are again the gold ones. Later on in different eras, double row, but it's on a second daughter board. Bigger switches. So this is 71C stereo 470 for the L series. So this was a double row, but again, different era of build. Thanks for watching.